Two demons, huh? This should be interesting. But it's a pity about this demon fruit, Mei Kar murmured, her gaze casting toward the horizon. In an instant, a white light surged around her body, with sacred and fiery markings glowing on the light, resembling the divine radiance of an angel sweeping across the world, ready to annihilate all darkness. As for the Emperor and Soul Wuji, they remained suspended in midair, choosing to wait for the right moment. After all, Xiao had consumed the demon fruit in its mature form, and the blood mist surrounding him hid an ominous change. Even they were deeply afraid of it. The transformation on Xiao's body continued, and they dared not act recklessly. Two cowards. Soul snorted coldly. Her white armor materialized, enveloped by a pure halo of holy light that made her aura appear spotless. She then tore through the void and advanced toward Xiao. She was loyal to Mei Kar, and Xiao was her primary target. Even if Xiao were to perish from the torment of the demon fruit, she would still bring his body back. This was her responsibility and her way of proving her allegiance to the patrolling angel. Boom! The dark nether soldier made no move, but the dark green blood mist on its shoulders suddenly began to spread like a tide of energy, carrying a suffocating aura, as if a devil of immense evil was announcing its arrival to the world. At that moment, as the demon servant's palm made contact with the force, an eerie arm reached out from the dark green mist, effortlessly neutralizing the demon servant's strike, which could have obliterated any warrior below the 8-star Do Xian level. Ah! The demon servant immediately felt its body contract, swiftly retracting its arm. But it was as if its arm was wrapped in chains forged from cold, scorching, and polarized forces, unable to break free. The demon servant couldn't help but scream in agony, its demonic bloodline dimming. Whoosh! The dark green arm suddenly swung with immense force, hurling the demon servant's body into a strange 180-degree arc, sending it crashing into a mountain. Crack! As the demon servant fell, the small mountain crumbled like a meteor strike, evaporating into nothingness. Roar! With the demon servant tossed aside like a dead dog, the roar of a ferocious beast filled the blood mist, as though a crazed and savage magical beast was howling in madness. Drip, drip. The deafening sounds of dripping echoed as countless dark clouds above the sky dispersed. The sun's first rays bathed the heavens once more, while the dark nether soldier's shoulder dripped with dark green blood. Each drop echoed in the air like the ringing of death itself, crisp and chilling to the bone. At this moment, Xiao could no longer be considered human. His body, skin, and even hair had transformed into a sinister, dark green hue, evil and chilling. His black hair, now twisted and grotesque, grew wildly to knee length, and beneath it, a pair of bloodthirsty, dark green eyes scanned the world, hungry for all life. It felt as if a demon had descended upon the world, ready to devour every living being. That is, the demon servant, blood dripping from its mouth, barely crawled out from the collapsing mountain. As its evil eyes lifted and saw Xiao's figure in the sky, a sense of solemnity filled its heart. That was the demon. That was the true demon who had inherited the will of the devils. In contrast, it was nothing more than a servant of demons. Even if it wielded a portion of demonic power, so what? Before the true demon, the pressure from blood and soul was enough to make it collapse without even fighting. This battle of demons held no suspense whatsoever. Impossible. Stop pretending. Die. The demon servant's dark green eyes shrank. Its body inflated hundreds of times, and countless streams of dark green blood sprayed toward Xiao like venom from a deadly snake. This was the essence of the demon. The demon servant had realized it was now desperate. It knew that if it couldn't kill Xiao, it would be the one to perish. In their world, two demons could never coexist. This pride came from their demonic bloodline. The dark green blood corroded the void, shattering the space completely. Small vortexes began to form, leading to different dimensions. Anyone caught in them would likely face certain death. Even a perfected 7-star Do Xian would stand little chance. Master Xiao. At this moment, the battle on the ground was drawing to a close. The experts from the Soul Hall and the royal family had each retreated to the side, waiting for the decisive fight in the skies to determine the outcome. Even the hidden forces of the Holy See, lurking in the shadows, were watching intently. Princess Lin Yunshu and Ji Xian, accompanied by tens of thousands of elite troops, looked on nervously at the desperate actions of the demon servant, cold sweat dripping from their palms. The level of attack they were witnessing was beyond their comprehension. However, even so, should anything happen to Xiao Yin, they would not hesitate to lead their elite forces into the battlefield. There can only be one demon in this world. As he watched the demon servant's actions, a strange smile suddenly appeared on Xiao Yan's face, obscured by the dark aura. His body was surrounded by a rapidly condensing greenish-black blood mist. "Spit out that power." An eerie voice suddenly rang out in the void, shaking the hearts of everyone present. Boom! As the voice faded, Xiao Yin moved. His hand was wrapped in the greenish-black blood mist, forming layers of energy shackles. Ancient and profound patterns began to slowly spread across his body, and upon closer inspection, the patterns formed the face of a ferocious demon, deeply imprinted onto his skin. The demon phantom gathered and controlled all of Xiao Yan's demonic power in an orderly manner, channeling the full strength of the demon. The demon servant trembled violently, his muscles slowly withering. Even the greenish-black blood seemed to burn with an intensely evil energy, shaking violently as it burst forth with a power capable of consuming everything, shooting toward Xiao Yin with overwhelming force. He knew that even at the cost of burning his own demonic essence, he had to erase Xiao Yin completely. He had only one chance. Either he would die, or Xiao Yin would be obliterated. The greenish-black blood and energy shackles wrapped around his fist, constantly grinding against the void, creating a violent friction. The power contained within both had already surpassed the 7-star level, reaching the true essence of 8-star power. Boom! In an instant, the two figures collided. Xiao Yan's fist broke through the blood mist and directly struck the demon servant's heart, piercing through his body with a mighty force. How is this possible? In his final moments, the demon servant caught a glimpse of something amber in Xiao Yan's eyes. That power, it was sacred flame. But how could the power of the demons, so dark and sinister, possibly coexist with the sacred flame, so holy and inviolable? Unfortunately, with Xiao Yan's strike, the demon servant's life force quickly drained away. Death was now only a matter of time. At this moment, those watching from the sidelines felt an overwhelming sense of dread as they gazed at Xiao Yin, the demon-like figure stepping through the void. Lin Fengya, a half-demon, couldn't even withstand a single blow from demon Xiao Yin. The demon servant plummeted toward the ground, his skin cracking violently, clearly devoid of life force, on the verge of perishing. Will of the demon, truly a demon. As the demon servant fell, a look of helplessness spread across his face. In that final blow, he had realized his fate. Even as a half-demon, close to reaching the 8-star Dosian level, fighting a true demon could only result in destruction. Crack! With a sound, the half-dead demon servant continued to fall. Xiao Yin, now a bloodthirsty beast, pounced on him. Before the onlookers, he continued to absorb the last traces of demonic power from the demon servant's body. At this moment, demon Xiao Yin fixed the body of Lin Fengya, the demon servant, at the top of the void. Wrapped in the greenish-black mist, he drained the last remnants of life from the demon servant, and it was only a matter of time before the body disappeared completely. As Xiao Yin performed this action, the violent and sinister demonic aura surrounding him was slowly being suppressed. His pupils, having absorbed the demonic power from the demon servant's body, gradually became clear and transparent. The flame mantra and emperor flame ring within him radiated a special power, protecting Xiao Yan's mind and soul from the demonic corruption and backlash. Now, as Xiao Yin regained his composure, it seemed only a matter of time before he suppressed the demonic power entirely. This demon. In the void, Soul Wuji's gaze was icy as he looked at demon Xiao Yin standing above the void, his voice filled with anger. Originally, Xiao Yin had been a mere pawn, but now he had evolved into a major threat, potentially determining the outcome of the final battle. From Xiao Yan's ruthless methods against the demon servant, it was clear that this individual could truly pose a threat to them. The demonic aura emanating from Xiao Yan had already surpassed the 7-star level, clearly reaching the 8-star level. However, strangely, the 8-star Do Xian should have already surpassed this continent's critical point, and the high-ranking figures controlling the 4 continents of the Do Di realm should have personally descended. Why is it that there is no aura now? At this moment, the black mist surrounding Soul Wuji trembled uncontrollably, and he once again glanced down at the countless powerful figures of the Soul Hall, his voice filled with confusion. In the sky, sunlight directly poured down upon the demonic Xiao Yan's body, amplifying the evil energy without restraint. The demonic Xiao Yan's face twisted in a fierce grimace, his dark green evil aura enormous. But at this moment, under the gaze of countless onlookers, he gradually returned to a calm state. His palms, in unison, grew slightly larger, resembling the sharp claws of a magical beast. On his dark green skin, a dense, shadowy demonic figure appeared, completely branded onto his body. Morning light of the radiance. Just as everyone was puzzled, a ray of dawn flickered like lightning, slowly spreading from the horizon, rippling outward. The demon! I never expected this. Above the dawning light stood 2 women with graceful figures, dressed in snow-white boots, their pure white dresses radiating an aura that made them appear almost like true immortals. But no one dared underestimate them, for they were both high-ranking members of the Holy See. 2 Holy See protectors? As he watched the entire sky enveloped by an aura of light, Soul Wuji couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. For some reason, the 2 Holy See protectors, Soul and Yas, had reached the stage of perfected 7-star Do Xian. Moreover, the pure white dawn behind them expanded, and the entire void of Tianqing City's tens of thousands of territories was now covered by a grayish aura. That was a domain, the scent of a barrier. The 2 of them had joined forces to deploy such a colossal maneuver, wrapping up the very core of the Tianqing continent, preventing the rulers of the 4 continents of the Do Di realm from sensing it. Are they trying to erase everyone here? Soul Wuji's eyes shifted to a particular spot in the mountains below, where the aura was unmistakably angelic. Silently retreating, Soul Wuji headed toward the Soul Hall's army below. This time, they were well prepared. After the previous battle, the Soul Hall continent had gathered tens of thousands of soul bodies, and now, they only needed to sit back and reap the rewards. 2 Holy See protectors. This isn't enough. Let Mei-Kar come out herself. I might consider leaving her whole. The dawn light continued to spread, but as it reached the demonic Xiao Yan in the sky, his dark green evil aura surged, returning him to his normal form. The invisible energy ripples around him caused the light barrier to tremble. How dare you? Is the patrolling angel something a vile being like you can shout at? Once we capture you, you'll be sent to the Holy See. You, an existence beyond human comprehension, should not be allowed to exist in this world. The Holy See's angels and archbishops will pass judgment on you. Submit now. As soon as the words fell, the 2 women burst forward, roaring toward Xiao Yan. Do you 2 have the qualifications to be promoted to angelic protectors of the Holy See? Let your blood serve as an offering to Jiama. Xiao Yan didn't intend to say much, for he had long heard of the Holy See's strictness. Those who entered were the best of the best, chosen through many layers of selection. They were pure-hearted, always venerating angels as their life's highest divinity, and they would sacrifice their lives for their God without hesitation. At the same time, Xiao Yan's lips curled into a malevolent smile. With a wave of his hand, his dazzling dark green mist swirled under his control, forming a demonic phantom behind him. It felt as if a true demon king had descended behind Xiao Yan, guiding him, teaching him how to use demonic power. Currently, Xiao Yan had suppressed the backlash of demonic energy with the help of his sacred flame mantra, and Emperor's flame ring. Xiao Yan seemed to realize that demonic power was far stronger and more terrifying than sacred flame. Even now, with only a trickle of power drawn from the sea of demons, Xiao Yan was already this formidable. If he were to fully unleash his demonic power, The fate of this continent would be decided in the blink of an eye. He even realized that demonic power, flame mantra, and Emperor's flame ring might be connected. For without the aid of these three, suppressing the demonic power would be utterly impossible. The corruption of demonic power was inescapable, directly corroding the soul, attacking the most vulnerable parts of the human body. Fortunately, Xiao succeeded. Although it was only temporary, it was still a success. After briefly taking control of the demonic power, his strength surged instantly to the 8-star Do Xian level. Based on his estimation, Xiao was now at the early stage of 8-star Do Xian. His soul power, physical strength, and speed all had been greatly enhanced by the inhuman torment he endured from the demon power. This battle will be ended by me personally. Those who covet this continent will remain here forever. After observing the changes in his body, Xiao raised his head, a cold smile forming as he faced the two angel guardians attacking him. That smile was filled with endless contempt and mockery, as if to say, "You two angels can unleash any move you like. I am a demon, invincible in battle, the only demon in this vast world." Judgment light cascade. Seeing Xiao standing motionless, Soul and Yas did not hold back. With a shout, a series of high-pitched divine notes exploded from their mouths, transforming into countless glowing patterns and rainbow lights. These lights, imbued with a powerful, holy aura that suppressed demonic power, descended vertically from the sky. The scene was truly breathtaking, resembling a cascading heavenly waterfall, with rainbow lights soaring in all directions. The immense power and purifying force contained within were indescribable. The sky, already enveloped by a barrier of light, was now filled with this colossal celestial curtain that covered the entire firmament. The shock it caused transcended human comprehension, as if the heavens themselves were weeping or an ignorant being was daring to challenge the divine. Demon, soul shadow. As the sacred rainbow lights descended toward him, targeting Xiao, he snorted coldly, not the slightest trace of fear on his face. In fact, the demon blood within him, previously suppressed, began to boil once more. The demon blood was ecstatic, reveling in the surge of power. Only such overwhelming strength could bring forth this kind of joy and madness. If there was an unparalleled force in this world, then as a demon, it was meant to trample it beneath his feet. In an instant, the demon soul shadow behind Xiao expanded countless times, amplifying the demonic aura from his body to an unimaginable extent. The demon soul shadow, much like a battle soul, attached itself behind Xiao and could be expanded many times over. However, unlike the battle soul, when the demon soul shadow was summoned, it greatly enhanced Xiao strength, perception, and speed, elevating them to a level far beyond human reach, something no battle soul could compare to. Of course, this was merely the most basic form of using the demonic power Xiao had just mastered. Whoosh! Countless divine rainbow lights fell like warm beams onto Xiao demon soul shadow, enveloping it. In an instant, the smell of burning flesh spread through the sky. Light and demons were forces of two extremes, much like water and fire. Therefore, when these rainbow lights struck the hundreds of meters wide dark green demon soul shadow, wisps of white mist uncontrollably spread out. At that moment, Xiao expression gradually became grim. It was clear he had underestimated the power of the two angel guardians. Get down! Ignoring the pained roars of the demon soul shadow, Xiao moved at lightning speed, charging toward the two angel guardians, who were protected by the celestial barrier. The demon soul shadow roared in agony and rage. It was a demon. How could it allow two mere 7-star Do Xian to torment it like this? Xiao knew that as a demon, if he couldn't handle this, it would tarnish his name. Boom! Even though the demon soul shadow was being relentlessly attacked by the celestial waterfall in the sky, Xiao body quickly approached the two angel guardians. A tremendous, oppressive killing intent began to coalesce around him. Not good. Soul and Yas hadn't expected that Xiao demonic power could break through the barrier's attack and get so close. They were both startled, quickly retreating to the side. Their delicate hands traced intricate lines in the air, an ancient, heavy chanting echoed from their lips. "O great angel of light, please bestow upon us the light of the sacred radiance." Sol and Yas seemed to be casting the same spell, their booming chants resonating in the air, causing Xiao Yan's mind to shake violently. The uncontrolled mantra buzzed in his ears, disrupting his thoughts and making it difficult for him to focus and channel his power for an attack. At this range, less than 100 meters from the two angel guardians, Xiao Yan, in his demonic state, could have easily struck them down in one blow. No, we can't let them unleash that level of Do skill, or the entire space and mountain range will collapse. I can only try using the power of space. In this critical moment, Xiao Yan gritted his teeth, both arms brimming with demonic power. He performed a distant space-traveling handprint, stretching his arms directly into the void, launching two intense palms. Light, holy radiance, thud, whoosh. Just as a blazing sun appeared in the sky, and a burning, heart-searing aura began to spread, two dark green arms suddenly pierced through the void, shooting straight through the chests of Sol and Yas, crossing them horizontally. Crack! With a snap, Xiao Yan retracted his arms. However, just as they pierced the two angel guardians' chests, their hearts were instantly crushed. And due to the influence of demonic power, when it touched their blood and all their life force were completely devoured by Xiao Yan's hands. Vroom vroom. The blazing sun in the sky slowly faded, as the chant that had been powering it stopped. However, the barrier covering the core of the Tianqing continent did not disappear with the fall of the two guardians. After Xiao Yan's fatal strike consumed all their life force, the two guardians fell from the sky like withered flowers, their bodies stiffened and lifeless, crashing down toward the earth. After all, they were merely angel guardians, not wielding the power of angels nor possessing resurrection magic. Their hearts had been violently destroyed by Xiao Yan, their life force completely devoured, leaving them as good as dead. Rustle, rustle. As the two angel guardians hit the ground, their bodies unrecognizable, two very weak and transparent soul bodies slowly emerged from the smoke. Where are you running? Suck. Rustle, rustle. Just as the souls of the two angel guardians tried to escape, a cold and eerie laugh rang out, like a ghost trying to claim their souls. With a wide, bloodthirsty mouth, the souls were utterly devoured without any struggle. Boom. After consuming the souls of the two perfected 7-star Do Xian angel guardians, the blood mist around Soul Wuji surged violently. Faint, horrific screams echoed as his aura swiftly rose, reaching the level of a half-step 8-star Do Xian. Need help? At this moment, Lin Emperor finally realized something and called out to Xiao Yan, who was in the sky. No need, you maintain the royal family, Xiao Yan replied, his arms still dripping with the blood of the two angel guardians, the life force drained from their bodies. He could not resist licking his fingers slightly. It seems that the life force of those two angel guardians has eased the backlash from the demonic power inside me. Xiao Yan, sooner or later, you will become a prisoner of the Soul Hall. Soul Wuji sneered, his voice booming with mockery. Come on, let me see the power of the Soul Hall's Hallmaster, and how it compares to the two angel guardians from before, Xiao Yan said, his figure moving lightly in the void. With every step, demonic soul shadows followed, releasing greenish blood mist, enhancing Xiao Yan's aura with an evil and chilling presence. Demon, sacred flame, today I take them all. Soul Hall experts, heed my command. Devour souls. Watching Xiao Yan from above, Soul Wuji roared, waving his hand to launch a blood furnace. At that moment, the atmosphere turned eerie and ominous, and even the surrounding barrier emitted a faint, angry, and sorrowful wail. As soon as the blood furnace was cast, it violently expanded, quickly growing to 100 meters in size. It hovered in midair like a blood-filled furnace for refining living corpses, its presence suffocating and unsettling. Upon closer inspection, the blood furnace was not much different from a typical alchemy cauldron, except that it was surrounded by dark, gloomy spikes made from countless eerie souls. These souls emitted a force sharp enough to rival that of celestial weapons. They raised their hands in unison toward the furnace's mouth, seemingly preparing for something. The faces of these souls were unrecognizable, but it was clear that the furnace's mouth was where their hands were raised in unison. Looking up, the top of the furnace was shrouded in endless darkness, with cold winds howling. The furnace's mouth seemed empty, but Xiao Yin could sense that deep within this dark blood furnace, something horribly sinister and evil was slowly sleeping. Soul Hall experts, heed my command. Sacrifice yourselves to the furnace. As soon as Soul Wuji's voice fell, the Soul Hall experts behind him exchanged glances. Only a few stepped forward, then entered the blood furnace, transforming into pools of blood that slightly filled the endless darkness within the furnace. Even they, as powerful experts of the Soul Hall, never imagined they would one day be sacrificed to the furnace. Humph! Cowards afraid of death, get in there. Seeing the fearful actions of the Soul Hall experts behind him, Soul Wuji waved his hand. The overwhelming ghostly energy sent all of them one by one into the evil furnace. Swish, swish. The blood furnace devoured countless souls, shaking violently. The blood-red sea inside the furnace began to emanate terrifying power, spilling out in waves. To nurture evil with souls, to feed souls to evil. Your Soul Hall truly lives up to its name, Xiao Yin said, his tone slowly turning sarcastic, filled with disdain. Soul Wuji paid no attention to Xiao Yin. Countless souls surged out from the black mist surrounding him, directly thrown into the blood furnace. In an instant, the endless darkness of the furnace seemed to transform into a turbulent sea of blood clouds, roaring violently. Soon, the sky that had once been bathed in sunlight was now surrounded by endless wails and cries. The blood clouds pierced through the light barrier, emitting a strange blood-red glow that pressed down heavily on the hearts of hundreds of thousands of people in the core of Tianqing continent. Whether they were members of the royal family or commoners, all of them felt a chill in their bones. After witnessing Soul Wuji's terrifying methods, their expressions twisted with anger, wishing they could step in and bring him to justice. The cold and ominous aura from the blood furnace made their bodies tremble slightly. If no one intervened, it would likely be them next to be thrown into the furnace. The stench of blood continued to spread from the furnace, shaking the very depths of every soul. Whenever a Soul Hall expert was thrown into the furnace, the crimson blood clouds within it would surge and tremble, occasionally spilling over. The blood-red rays that fell from the sky turned everyone they touched into white bones, their blood and soul energy completely devoured. It seems you planned this from the start, the demon Xiao Yin said, standing high in the sky, his body surrounded by a greenish-black mist. The demon souls behind him, like powerful beings, looked down at Soul Wuji, who was controlling the furnace. Xiao Yin sneered. This was originally meant for dealing with Macarer, but I never thought it would be used on you. But it matters not. This time, whether you are the so-called sacred flame controller or a demon, you will be completely submerged in the blood furnace tide. Xiao Yin, are you pleased with this gift I have prepared for you? Soul Wuji's face twisted with madness, his voice laced with a near-insane tone as he roared. At this moment, the black mist around him had completely dissipated. His aura had even dropped to the early stage of 7-star Docian. However, with the support of the Soul Hall experts and his own power, the crimson blood clouds within the furnace continued to churn, exuding a terrifying force capable of suppressing the heavens. At this moment, Lin Emperor had also descended from the sky. Slowly, he joined Princess Lin Yunshu in the royal elites, watching the battle of powerful experts unfold in the sky, his expression bitter. After all, he was the ruler of a nation. He could not risk his life in such a battle. If he fell, it would spell disaster for the entire royal family. Father, we support you, Princess Lin Yunshu, noticing the deeper meaning behind her father's bitter smile, furrowed her brow. Her beautiful eyes were fixed on the battle above, and she spoke with a smile. Do not worry, since this man was brought here by you, I will ensure he returns unharmed. Xiao Yin, let's end this. After a moment, Soul Wuji felt that the destruction tide within the blood furnace had reached its peak. His soul energy roared with defiance as he shouted, "Then, as you wish." Demon. Xiao did not make many movements, but simply called out lightly. At the same time, countless greenish-black mist exploded from his body, swirling around him. The name Demon was truly fitting. Soon, a deafening, enormous tornado roared before Xiao. Inside the whirlwind, a small, inch-long dark green sword appeared, sharp and gleaming with a cold light. The most striking feature was the faint human figure etched onto the sword's blade, a figure that resembled both Xiao and the demon. Demonic blade. As he spoke, Xiao hand expanded several times, covered with faint dragon scales and more prominent green demon patterns. He suddenly gripped the demonic sword with a fierce, commanding motion. Blood furnace tide. Soul Wuji watched as the demonic blade, accompanied by the demon whirlwind, dove down towards him, yet he showed no sign of fear. His voice boomed like thunder, shaking the entire light barrier. "It's over." Xiao revealed a terrifying ghostly grin. His arm and body surged with power as he swung the demonic blade down towards Soul Wuji. The demon, having first appeared in this world, was a force of unknown power. Even those like Jiama who studied demons had no understanding of the true strength of demons. The demon blade was merely Xiao simplified interpretation of the power of the demons. Boom! The blood furnace exploded, sending a tidal wave of energy crashing outward. Xiao fell like a meteor from the heavens, carrying an awe-inspiring aura as the collision began. Whoosh! Whoosh! Boom! Boom! The heavens and earth trembled. Crimson blood rain, mixed with an indescribable dark green aura, poured down from the sky like a torrential downpour, engulfing the core region of the Tianqing continent. The world fell silent. Below, countless humans shrank their pupils, staring in a daze at the apocalyptic battle above. Xiao, wielding the unstoppable demonic blade, struck down, while Soul Wuji was bathed in the blood cloud tide. At this moment, both were locked in a battle of strength. Boom! Countless energy ripples spread from the heavens, distorting the skies. Huge space cracks, thousands of meters long, appeared with terrifying speed, stretching across the heavens. The pitch-black space cracks, unknown in their destination, contained an overwhelming killing aura that made many people's expressions turn serious. Ha ha ha! Xiao die. With a single strike, countless blood cloud energies formed massive waves, carrying Soul Wuji's body, and he roared towards Xiao once more. Demonic blade. Xiao retreated repeatedly, pushing off the void with his toes before bursting towards Soul Wuji again. The previous strike had been evenly matched, with both sides suffering damage. Xiao had only just gained control of the demon's power, which was why the previous clash was a draw. Soul invading blood heart. Surrounded by the blood waves, Soul Wuji sneered coldly. He pointed his illusory finger at Xiao, and with it, countless sinister black mists began to emerge from the surrounding space cracks, coalescing into a massive, pulsating organ-like shape, violently expanding. I didn't control the power well earlier, but now? Soul Wuji, it's over. Just as this fluctuation spread, a cold, menacing voice, filled with irresistible killing intent, swept across the sky. Whoosh! The demonic blade flashed with a cold light. Soul Wuji suddenly felt a chill down his spine and saw the terror in his own eyes reflected in the blade. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. With a light swing, the demonic blade sliced through Soul Wuji's illusory soul, completely ignoring his attacks. One slash, two cuts. Whoosh! Whoosh! Soul Wuji's pupils widened in disbelief, his body shrinking violently. The blood waves beneath him lost their control and spread angrily across the sky. No. Impossible. Soul Wuji realized that the life force within him was rapidly fading. His pupils contracted sharply, and he exclaimed in disbelief. The blood furnace was the most sinister immortal artifact of the Soul Hall, and combined with the enhancement from countless souls, how could it not even defeat Xiao? I am a demon, and I am Xiao Yin." Xiao Yin did not waste words. The demonic blade flashed with dark green evil light as he continuously stabbed at Soul Wuji. The demonic power, which even Xiao Yin did not fully understand, was enough to overwhelm someone like Soul Wuji, a perfected 7-star Docian. Boom! Within a few breaths, Soul Wuji, the once invincible being, had his soul completely obliterated by Xiao Yan's hand. Even through the demonic blade, tiny yet brilliant fragments of soul energy flowed back to Xiao Yan's body. It seemed that since Xiao Yan had gained the power of the demon, every time he killed, a bit of strength returned to him. Whether this was a blessing or a curse, he could not yet tell. Disperse. After completely defeating Soul Wuji, Xiao Yan's dark green demonic aura spread once again, effortlessly extinguishing the blood waves. However, the world around them had already been torn apart, with several enormous space cracks leaking a chilling aura. Xiao Yan still stood tall in the heavens, his demonic form still not lifted. His gaze was fixed on a certain spot in the mountains, his aura sharp, as though he were wary of something. Is it over? After what seemed like an eternity, countless humans below stared in shock, speaking in disbelief as they gazed at Xiao Yan's mighty figure in the sky. In that moment, Xiao Yan seemed like a god, a deity in the hearts of humanity. With Soul Wuji's desperate last stand, the forces of the Soul Hall have all perished in Xiao Yan's hands. Father, we won. Looking at the figure of the demon Xiao Yan in the void above, Lin Yunshu let out a long sigh of relief and revealed a rare smile. I'm afraid things are not as simple as they seem. At this moment, Emperor Lin Shiyuan's expression darkened, showing no trace of joy. His soul power and gaze were focused on a certain spot within the mountain range, a sense of irresistible oppression filling his heart. He was currently at the half-step 8-star Docian level, but under that overwhelming force, he felt as helpless as a child. Even if the 2 angel guards had completely fallen and Soul Wuji was completely destroyed, there was no sign of the light barrier in the sky breaking apart. This meant that a powerful figure from the Holy See was present, and that figure's strength was at least as strong as, if not stronger than, the 2 angel guards. Father, what is going on? Around them, the royal family's high-ranking officials, as if having survived a calamity, cheered and jumped as they shouted Xiao Yan's name. Lin Xun'er and Ji Xian, however, sensed something and quietly asked, "Sigh, things might be even more complicated than I thought." At this moment, Emperor Lin slowly shook his head, his eyes showing a determination. His body subtly moved, heading toward Xiao Yan in the sky. "Let's go." Seeing this, Lin Yunshu and Ji Xian stopped asking further questions. Their do-chi surged as they moved toward Xiao Yan. Endless dark green evil light scattered across the sky, with each ray of evil light appearing before Xiao Yan's eyes. Sometimes, the figures of Jiama and Marer would manifest. The power of demons has no absolute distinction between good and evil. You created me, thank you. Xiao Yan slowly raised his palm, weakly dispersing the dark green evil light. His voice was soft, but beneath that softness was a murderous intent approaching madness. The evil light slowly faded under Xiao Yan's control, but ultimately it was defeated by the light barrier. At this moment, the demonic blood inside Xiao Yan's body roared, seemingly unleashing a terrifying force against the light barrier, as if declaring war. Silence, deathly silence. But within that silence was an overwhelming aura, far surpassing the few present. Qin Xian. As Xiao Yan looked at the 3 approaching figures, his deep voice carried a hint of strangeness. Upon hearing his words, Qin Xian trembled as if struck by lightning. Ji Xian, supporting the princess, sensed an invisible wave of death emanating from her shudder. "We will protect you, even if it means risking the entire royal family." Undying and relentless, fighting to the last soldier. Lin Yunshu and Ji Xian exchanged a glance, then looked at Emperor Lin. Their tone was resolute and firm, as if this one sentence conveyed 1,000 words. "This is my matter." Demon Xiao Yan shook his head, clearly unwilling to let them intervene. After all, once they did, the entire royal family, the entire Tianqing continent, would be involved. "Little one, thank you." Qin Xian is fortunate to have a senior brother like you. Emperor Lin smiled with relief. It seemed that he had favored sons over daughters. Ever since Qin Xian was young, he had rarely spent time with her. Her mother had passed away early, and the maid had told him that every time there was a thunderstorm in the night, Qin Xian would be extremely frightened. She was afraid of sleeping alone, afraid of waking up in an empty room in the middle of the night. Afraid. If he could, he wished he could start over, to be a good father to Qin Xian, not an emperor, not the ruler of a nation, and not because of her rare star power, just a father to a little girl. To give her a firm embrace when she was afraid, to be by her side when she was scared. Fortunately, she had met Xiao, who helped her unlock the star power, and later encountered Jixian. So, the emperor's thank you carried with it 1,000 unspoken words. Thank you. But I am a demon, and I am Xiao. So come. Looking at the unwavering expressions of the three, Xiao couldn't help but feel a pang of sorrow. His nose tinged with a hint of bitterness, and a rebellious demonic power spread out.